Hello, and thank you very much for inviting me to the caucus today. I am sorry that I am stuck here in Douglas inside my truck with a closed road that won't be open for, as 511 says, 5 to 7 hours. Hooray! Well, I am Marissa Joy Selvig, and I'm running for our U.S. House of Representatives seat here in Wyoming. I announced my candidacy back in January of 2021 and campaigned last year in the GOP. It was quite a learning experience. Needless to say, I am happy to be in this party instead. I am 39 years old, a wife of almost 16 years, and I have 4 beautiful children. I am self-employed, stay-at-home mom with a bachelor's degree in speech communication, theater arts, and German. And I'm sad to say I don't really speak the German much anymore. I am now attempting to learn Spanish instead on my Duolingo app. And I am teaching myself guitar so I can lead worship in Washington, D.C. when there isn't a piano available. I have been leading worship at churches in the Fremont County area since 2010 and have been at Foundations for Nations Ministries since 2019. And I'm also the director of their very busy free food pantry. It is my joy to be the hands and feet of Jesus. There is just something about meeting the basic needs of others that fulfills the soul. I have held elected office in the past, being on the town council for the town of Pavilion from 2017 to 2019, when I was then appointed to the mayoral position and served there until April of 2020, when we moved back to Riverton. I was the music director and/or assistant director of whatever was needed at the Central Wyoming College Theater Department for 6 years. I teach private music lessons and am in the chair of the Edge Committee for the city of Riverton. I'm used to being busy, and I love it. So why am I running for this office? There are many reasons, of course, but the main reason is this: a call from the Lord. I live with a yes in my heart toward the Lord, and when I heard the call in July of 2020, I could do nothing but obey. I know God isn't done with America yet, and He has a good plan for her. So on Monday, in my prayer time, I was asking the Lord what word He had for the people this week, and the answer was short and sweet. It's time for change. Well, thanks, Lord. That could mean anything. But I'll start with this. And I will start with this in as many speeches as is appropriate from now on. The problems we face in the world today are not merely natural. We are in a spiritual war, and we need to put God back at the center of our lives. And in my opinion, the only answer to our problems is Jesus. Putting our trust in Him, His perfect life, His perfect love, His perfect atoning sacrifice for our sins in His death and resurrection is the only way we will truly save the nation. Because in Him is perfect peace and perfect joy and righteousness. No one is guaranteed tomorrow, so put your trust in Jesus today. And if you don't, that's your free choice. And aren't we blessed to still have that choice in America? Thank goodness for the Founding Fathers and the Constitution. Benjamin Franklin wisely said, "Only a virtuous people are capable of freedom." What most people forget is the second half of that quote, that as nations become corrupt and vicious, they have more need of masters. We must vote for people who will uphold all parts of the Constitution. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but we must vote for people at all levels of government who are virtuous and exemplify and promise to promote the 3 pillars of the Constitution Party: integrity, liberty, and prosperity. So, do I promise to do those things? Be virtuous, conduct myself with integrity, stand up for liberty, and work to make America prosperous again? Absolutely I do. The truth is, all we have is the truth, and we have to tell it. I am not afraid of the lying liars who lie in the government. Their corruption must be exposed, and the government must once again be, if I might paraphrase Thomas Jefferson, bound by the chains of the Constitution. It is my desire to bring back reason and wisdom to the halls of Congress. Our government has grown so far beyond the Founding Fathers' intent, and greed and corruption has overcome it just as they forewarned. Legislators don't even debate and deliberate anymore. They just pontificate and grandstand like peacocks showing off their feathers for votes. Justices pull things out of the Constitution that aren't even there and have even used their power to help the legislature craft bills so they can pass constitutional muster. That is reprehensible. And it's due to the Congress's gridlock that presidents have become like little kings and tyrants governing by the edict of executive order, which our legislature hardly fights. It is unbelievable, really, and it's so broken. We all know that is not how our government is supposed to operate, and that has to change. Do you know what else has to change? Federal spending habits. As of 8 p.m. yesterday, the federal debt was approximately $30,312 billion. That is over $91,000 per person who is alive in America today, and that is totally unacceptable. I believe in fiscal responsibility, and the fight to stop the immoral spending in our nation is worth it. Our kids' futures are worth it. We must stop funding unconstitutional bureaucratic agencies, and we must cut out spending programs that should be supported by the states, the private sector, and by the free market competition. We must stop sending billions of dollars overseas to help them fix the rest of the world when our own country is in distress. We have to start somewhere, as previous Congresses haven't cared one iota about the long-term damage that spending will do, and they only think about right now. We have to care about how we are taxed. We have to care about where our tax dollars go and if they're being spent wisely. We have to govern with wisdom. Wisdom is a concept not easily found in Washington, and I hope to change that. Something else I hope to change is this. I believe in real, honest, and open communication. That is why my marriage is so great. I want to reopen the lines of communication between citizen and citizen representative. I believe in listening for understanding, not just for a retort, because the more polarized we are, the worse the country is governed. Can we listen, deliberate, debate, and look at the facts before us? Use logic and make wise decisions for America? Call me an optimist, but I still think we can. Hope is not lost, and it is time that reason prevails over the extremism we experience every day. Here in Wyoming, we believe in values like liberty, honesty, personal responsibility, practicality, hard work, teamwork, and toughness. I believe I exemplify those values. And contrary to some representatives, I actually love people and want to serve them. I am willing to lay down my regular life in this way for our country. Wyoming deserves better representation. I love my country, and America deserves a Congress that will work hard for her people. The Lord is right, of course, that it is time for change, but it is our duty as citizens to implement that change. We must start by examining ourselves, and we must vote for a positive change in representation so America can continue to be the best blessed place to live. For our state, I believe that change is me. I have a fresh perspective. I'm an out-of-the-box kind of thinker. I'm literally making this video from my truck because I couldn't get there to you. And I look to the highest source of all for guidance. Together, you and I can fix America one step at a time. I look forward to meeting you all on a day when I'm not stuck in my truck. Be blessed and stay free, and thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to seeing you soon.